What's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to the CovrPrice Weekly Comic Book Shakers. This is your man TiVo, and welcome to Lords of the Long Box. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. I really appreciate you guys all joining in. I know it's Christmas Eve, so we went a little bit early, so hopefully you guys can join in. As you can tell, I got a couple of members from the YouTube community, and this, you know what? This ain't East meets West. This is the fucking West Side Connect, son. You know what I mean?
That's
Straight
right.
up.
Let's
You
go
got
tonight.
straight
It's
up your
all
area.
West
Shout
Side.
out to E40 and Too Shorty, did their
Damn
thing,
right.
man. But before we get started, man, as you guys congregate, let me get you into the mood. And this is the last time I'm going to play this intro since, you know, this is Christmas Eve. But sit back, relax, put on your headgear. I'm going to give you a trip to the atmosphere.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Dude, that Zeppelin is fire, dude.
That's right. Last time we're going to hear that, man. So
Oh,
Merry
man.
Christmas to you all. Let me bring in my esteemed guests and homies of the channel. First up, my man, JB. Say what's up, JB.
What's up, TiVo? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on tonight. I'm excited about this list. This is a diverse group of books tonight, man. I can't wait to get to it, man. Good stuff. Thanks for having me.
Always. Also, my man, Gomez.
You
Say
fool.
what's crack-a-lacking. What's up,
crackin',
broski?
people?
Broski.
You fool.
Original.
I want to say happy belated birthday to my broski Joker M21 real quick before I go on the show East meets West. TiVo invited me here last minute, and you know it's like a brother from around the bay, and I can't say no to that. So I got his back. So let's get the shakers going. You fool.
That's right. Norte Califa's in the house, brother.
Man,
Alright.
look at that chat starting to hop right now.
All right. So
You got a super
We'll get
chat
some
in there
people.
from the Hella fam.
Oh, what's up, Hella Fam? Yay, area. Check out my man, Hella Fam. That dude streams all the time, playing these games I have never heard of, and he streams like 8 hours a day. So shout out to the Hella Fam.
Nice.
People, shout out to everybody in the live chat. Joker, Johnny Dakota, Hawaiian Punch. Jeez. Cover
Want me
Level
to go over
Comics,
it? I'll go over the
Moonbase
chat.
Alpha.
I'll shout out the chat if you want me to, man.
All right, you do it, man, because
All
my
right,
back
come on.
hurts.
We got Johnny Dakota. We got Captain Comics. We got Hawaiian Punch 72 is hanging out. The birthday boy, belated. Joker M21 is in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Neighbor to the North 1982. Dude, that's a name right there. Moonbase Alpha, Wesley's Comic Collection, The Cover Lover Comics. That is a very clever name. Cover Lover Comics. Damn right. Wesley's Comic, I think I mentioned you. Rush Die Hard. Thanks for coming in. Gabriel Fonseca is in the chat early. Paul Hurst is in it early. Lone Espinoza is in early. Nix Noriel is in early. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time on Christmas Eve to hang out here on the Lords of the Long Box as we're about to deliver the CovrPrice movers and shakers list. That's it. I think we got everybody. Red Lodge Crow, I think maybe. That's it.
I think I'm gonna have you do that on every show. Goddamn.
If you have me on every show, I will do it on every show.
You just may have to, brother. I mean, shit.
Nice.
I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'll be slurring because I have chronic chronic back issues, and I had to take some meds to do it. But yo, I'm here.
Cheers to that.
It's gonna get strange. That's all I'm
There we
gonna say
go.
because
Not
I
strange.
got to start drinking.
We hold it down for you tonight.
You know what I'm saying? The ladies going out getting some pupusas. We were ready to throw down
Nice.
later on with that. So we're gonna
Nice.
do this, man. So once again, this is the CovrPrice Shakers. These are the books of the week that hit high totals. So it's not volume, but these are high totals. So and maybe there may be a Christmas book on here.
Ooh, there you go.
Activities.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so, you know, once again, this is from our friends from CovrPrice.com. Also, I wanted to tell you guys something that they're doing a giveaway. You know, this is what you call synergy. This is basically, as soon as I can find it.
So CovrPrice is while you're doing that, we got a couple more people popped into the chat. We got Darkside Jedi is here. Uncle Roman Curtis is hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Red Matos is also in the chat. Who did else popped in? Doc J is here. David Shane. Hey man, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us while TiVo gets this graphic ready to go. Wayne B is also hanging out.
All right, it's gonna drop in the live chat. So
Damn.
CovrPrice is doing a giveaway with KRS Comics, are two of our sponsors. So all you have to do is click on that link and then just go through it, and you can win some cool KRS Comics exclusives. And so right there. Once you go through it, you just click on it, done, and then you don't even have to do the actual survey at the end, but you'll get entered to win some really cool KRS Comics exclusives. So let me adjust my. There you go. Look at that fucking suavecito. Because you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
It's like, I just got this cut not too long ago, but I'm like, man, I don't know when I'm going to get my shit cut again. So, man, it's going to go looking wild in a while, man. I'm going to have to just shave it. But I don't have a good bald head. So I tried it when I was younger. That shit, that did not look right. But shout out to everybody. As you can see, before we get into the fun and shenanigans, I just want to bring up something important. It's scrolling at the bottom there. Right now, during this year, and especially right now, COVID has hit a lot of people hard, and I implore you to go to feedingamerica.org and donate whatever you can. There's starving people out there. They've been out of work. They can't feed their children, their family. So it's scrolling through the bottom. If you can, go over there and donate whatever you can. I know times are tough for everybody. You know, if you could donate $5, $10, or go to your local food bank. I know you guys got a bunch of stuff in your pantry, like canned goods and whatnot. You know, go donate, man. I mean, this is the time of giving where we help out others as much as we can. And that's what I implore you. I know it's too late for Toys for Tots. That really broke my heart that a lot of kids aren't getting Christmas toys this year. And you know, I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, so I couldn't do the charity auctions that we normally do. But really, please go to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org. It's scrolling out. It's going to stay out throughout the bottom of the show, because even after Christmas, this is still going to be going on. People are still going to need food to feed their families. So, you know, just, you know, it's that time of season, man. We stop being selfish and help out others as much as we can. That's the thing that I really, really want you to do, because, you know, you guys have supported us. We support the community. Let's support as many people as we can, which as much as we can. You know, I understand everybody's strapped. You got $1, $5, whatever you can, man. Help out, man. Just, you know, we're all, it's not a comic book community. It's just a community in period. Either you're Democrat, Republican, whatever, you know what I mean? Everybody should help out everybody. You know, that's what America is built on. So enough of the mushy stuff, but I really, you know, I implore you, I really appreciate if you guys could go to feedingamerica.org. And what they do is they have you can look up food banks in your local area, and so you can go out and help out. I think they'll take cash donations. You can come and bring in food, you know, canned goods and whatever, mostly non-perishable items. So you can help out, because just think about the kids that are starving out there. When we're hungry and we can go buy a Big Mac, and some of these kids can't do it. And every time at this time of year, I always think about this stuff. So help out as much as you can. Go. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way, but it's going through the bottom throughout the show, so we're going to leave it there. So please help out as much as you can. And let's get right to it, boys and girls. These are the CovrPrice weekly comic book shakers. Ask yourself, what is a shaker? Well, a shaker is an everyday CovrPrice dailies. Everyday CovrPrice daily shaker list calls out comics with the highest sales value sold recently. Throughout the week, we pull the more interesting ones and elaborate on them here. If you have a CovrPrice subscription, you will see that there are 50 shakers every day. They can change. But we pull 10 of them. But if you have a full subscription to coverprice.com, which is only $6.99 a month, which is a fucking price for a goddamn coffee at Starbucks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's true.
So, and it's great stuff, but we pull out 10 of the more interesting ones to see what's going on. And I already forgot who's doing odds and who's doing evens.
I'm going odds.
He's gonna start off.
I'm going first.
JB.
All right.
JB's going first.
All right. So number one on the list is, how do I say this? It's a weird one. So the number one shakers on the list is we're going to start, and these are alphabetical, so they're not like, it's like a top 10, like our top 10 list. So number one on the list, or the first one on the list, is Boys Club number one. What can you tell us about it?
All right. Boys Club number one was published in 2006 by Tim Goodyear. Now, comic books have a huge impact on pop culture. However, only a few are directly responsible for becoming a global meme sensation that later become quite controversial. Well, political, that is. Creator and cartoonist Matt Fury created this series of comical vignettes featuring a group of slacker roommates. One in particular, Pepe the Frog, hit a nerve with 4chan users and then instantly spread out into the world. His stoner-filled glaze stare became one of the world's most recognizable memes. Then in 2010, Pepe became the mascot and symbol of an alt-right group, which creator Matt Fury fought hard to stop. But most recently, Pepe was used by protesters as a mascot of the 2019-2020 Hong Kong protests. Now, moving forward, who knows how and where he will be used next, but this one comic is where it all started. The first issue, which sold for $200 raw this week, was produced under the artist Tim Goodyear's imprint. Issues number 2 and 3 were printed by Buena Vista Press. All are hard to find. In fact, there is only one copy of issue number 1 on the CGC census. With such cultural importance and infamy, this is one book that will continue to increase in value as collectors recognize Pepe's comic book origin here. There aren't many memes that you can tangibly own the original piece of art where it came from. There's a fantastic documentary, Feels Good Man trailer, detailing all this abbreviated version of his history, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, weird. Has any of you guys seen this before?
I've never seen this before.
I've never seen this.
First time I've ever seen
it looks
this.
freaky as hell. I mean, obviously,
some of the
everybody knows.
comments. Cult Film Video says everybody loves Pepe. He's our generation's Mickey Mouse.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, I don't know about Mickey Mouse, but hey, no politics in the fucking live chat. Straight up, right now. I don't care. Don't talk about it. But this is all about the comics, and it's Christmas. But check out my man on the lower right there, chilling with his fucking legs open there. What the fuck? That is just some weird stuff, man. That is crazy. I meant $200 for a raw comic though, so that's pretty interesting. All right, so there you go, Boys Club number 1. Jesus Christ. All right, next up on the list, what do we got, brother?
We got Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra number 1.
Now we're talking.
Halloween Comic Fest it came out in 2016. So even though Doc Aphra's first appearance is still reasonable, which is 100 raw and 365 in a 9.8, this Halloween Comic Fest edition just outpaced it with a sale of $400 for a CGC 9.8. As you can see, it continues to read. Valuable free comics are a bit of a theme this week, especially that Darth Vader. It was issue number 3. Man, the second was the second, third, and the fourth print is actually going for pretty good money on actually the actual first appearance. So yeah.
This is man. This is the free book. This is the free book, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2020, man. It's free book. It's preview books. It's everything. It's 2020. Yes. I mean, I don't know. You know what's interesting is I don't know going forward to 2021, 2022 if these trends will continue or if this was just an aberration, for this year because people were stuck at home and people were, there's tons of different outlets that are bombarding you with stuff. But I mean, I actually think this is kind of cool, man, because you always see these Halloween Comic Fest books, and you never know what's gonna pop. So, as we always say, if you don't want to miss out, get everything. And in this case, you didn't even have to buy it; it was free, son.
It's free.
Yeah. All right. Next up is probably my favorite cover on this entire list. What do we got, JB?
Okay. Next up, we've got Game of Thrones number 17. The Mile High Comics variant, published by Dynamite in 2013. Now, leading into the final season of Game of Thrones, which was May of 2019, this variant was very hard to find and began selling for a premium with raw sales around $200. However, when the show finished, prices dropped significantly, with a CGC 9.8 selling for an ultra-low $81. Now, this seemed like a nail in the coffin for this variant. Well, flash forward to this week where a CGC 9.8 sold for an all-time high of $500. This crazy market proves that some books may just be down, but nowhere near out.
Yeah, I mean, is there any reason why? I know there's a new Game of Thrones prequel. Does anybody read this one?
It's just because it's scarce, so it's not that printed. I don't know. That's a lot for Game of Thrones.
Out of nowhere, $500.
Because I don't think the comics ever touched the storyline of the Targaryens coming over to Westeros, which is going to be what the Amazon series is about. So the Amazon series is about the Targaryens coming over to Westeros. So it takes place like what I think 300-400 years before the Game of Thrones HBO series came. But
okay.
So it'd be interesting. Nobody cared about the Game of Thrones comics, right? But
correct.
Yeah, everybody cares about them now.
Now.
All right. So so there you go, man. Next on the list, George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. This is the Mile High Comics variant. Oh wow.
Yep.
On Mile High Comics, but a near mint is basically a fine plus. When they're grading, they are awful with their grading. So shout out to Mile High Comics. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So next up on the list is something that we all kind of know, but interesting that it's jumping.
Yeah, it's Leonardo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, Mirage, 1986. Early TMNT books are going nuts, which they are going really crazy lately. The second and third prints for the first issue are officially expensive books. So the heat spreads to Raphael #1, which just hit crazy high numbers over the past several months. Then with the heat, it spread into the first issue of Leonardo, selling a CGC 9.8 this week for a new highly mother skunking $550.
Damn.
Oh man, come on.
This is crazy that just that last Ronin book has caused all the
everything
Turtle books
to move.
Which is awesome, man, because obviously, the movies or shows or whatever, nothing really big is coming from that. But this is what we like to call organic growth. meaning it's just based off of comic books. I mean, the last Ronin. I do believe I just read the last Ronin third print is already coming out, and it's close to being sold out. Is it sold out or something like that? I mean, put it this way: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are, way back in the day, they had tons and tons of multiple prints, or print runs. Reprints. So I would expect the last Ronin to probably go up for another, I don't know, 5, maybe 6.
Yes.
Because boom, people are buying them. So it's good for them, man. Good for their business. Good for everything. But this is, it's funny because how, it's IDW that does the Turtles now, right?
Yes, IDW.
Yeah. But it's good, interesting because now it's like, it's Mirage books that are picking up, steam. So there you go. So next on the list, Leonardo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 from Mirage Studios from 1986. A little bit of everything on here, a little diversity on everything on here, man. All right, let's get up to the next one. What do we got?
All right, next up we've got Maximum Carnage #1, published in 1994 by Marvel Comics. Now, with a Carnage movie slated for release in July of 2021, fans are on the lookout for that special collectible, something their friends probably don't have. Well, with 18,000 plus copies on the CGC census, everybody, including my grandmother, has a copy of ASM 361, which is the first appearance of Carnage. So, how about something that tickles your Carnage and your video game funny bone and is more than 100 times as rare as ASM 361? Well, look no further than Maximum Carnage #1, a 1994 promo reprint of the first chapter of Spider-Man Unlimited #1, which was the start of the Maximum Carnage comic mega event, and only available from Acclaim through the purchase of their Super Nintendo game, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. And man, we played the crap out of that, right? While we don't often see sales of this book, a CGC 9.4 copy sold on December 11th for $1,075 and a CGC 6.5 copy sold on December 17th for $375. Want a copy of this book? It's going to wreak havoc on your wallet. It's almost enough to quote everyone's favorite master of carnage. I've shown you the worst things in the world because that's what the world's made of. So, bah humbug, Carnage fans.
I don't want to say people watching the show put on headphones because JB sounds just like fucking Casey Kasem. So, I just lost half the audience with that reference, by the way. People are like, who the fuck is Casey Kasem, man? But yo, that is crazy, man. Maximum Carnage #1 and Acclaim is are they even around anymore? That the video game maker? I don't think so. I don't even think so. But you know what? The interesting, cool thing about this is, obviously it's a gimmick. It's through a video game, but the cover art is fucking badass. Yeah, I think, and normally you don't get that. Normally you kind of get some whack, covers, but this is pretty dope. But this is a ghost, my friends. If a 6.5 sold for $375, good Lord have mercy. I don't know. Yeah, man. Good luck on that. But speaking of gorgeous covers, you know what? This one and the Game of Thrones variant cover are probably my two favorite. I'm trying to pick between the two on these. What is it?
So it's a Monstrous #1, and this is the second print, an image released in 2015. Monstrous is a fan favorite series that has had unconfirmed rumors on content developing for years now. Regardless of the hills and the valleys of the price increase, this hard to find second print, a new high sale this week of $725. Sheesh! You can find this thing in eBay and find it as well as a My Comic Shop link. So yeah, sheesh, that's second prints. That's a hard to find one right there itself. Yeah, I got the first print for a quarter of that.
It's absolutely gorgeous cover too. Just dig it. Totally. But damn, $725.
$725.
This year, man, I'm telling you, crazy, man. Second, third prints, all this crazy stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, we look back in this year, it's going to be very interesting. So there you go, man. So on the list, Monstrous, second print.
Second print.
Man, 9.8. All right, next up on the list is a comic that, you know, I could not find a good cover for. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, man. It is what it is. It's one of those covers. So what is it, guys?
All right. Next up, we've got Mortal Kombat #1, the hologram cover, published in 1994 from Malibu Comics. While this is not the first appearance of Mortal Kombat, this first series is highly collectible, with several of the variants hitting new highs recently. This hologram cover sold this week for a new raw high of $175.
Damn.
And this is a super tough book to get in high grade. The hologram cover shows flaws, and it spent the past 26 years sitting in old back issues bins, right? Come on. Also, check out the gold foil variant, which also had a big sale this week of $125 raw last week, and has had a high sale of $349.97 for a CGC 9.4. These are out there in the dollar and back issue bins, folks. So take a look for them when you're out there digging.
Yeah. So as anybody who has tried to take pictures of comics on Instagram knows, and you're trying to take a picture of a hologram comic,
good luck.
That shit does not work, man. So just like some of the metal foils and all that stuff, man. Yeah, I'll try to show you I've been promising a video about how to take pictures for Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Louis says that's not flawless victory right there, son. I'm sorry, brother.
So Mortal Kombat #1, the untakeable picture version of the hologram cover. Next up on the list. All right, next up on the list is something I totally did not expect, and I don't know why, but I definitely think it's dope.
So it's Startling Terror Tales #5, Star Publications 1953. If you ask 100 Golden Age collectors to name the most influential and unique cover artists of the time period, L.B. Cole will undoubtedly be brought up in the conversation. He is known for striking colors, contrast, fantastical science fiction scenes, and terrifying pre-code horror imagery. Over the course,
I think imagery is what the word you're looking for. Imagery, yeah.
Over the course of the last few years, the demand of this cover art has also been increased, with new high sales behind archived regularly. Some of the most collected and expensive covers include Mass Comics #1, Mass Comics #2, Suspense #11, and Startling Terror Tales #11. But those are not the only pieces of the cover art that he's known for. Startling Terror Tales is a short run of books from the early 1950s, but it contains multiple excellent examples of his artwork. This week, we saw a raw, ungraded copy of Startling Terror Tales #5 in approximately VG 4.0 condition, achieved a sale price of $1,009. Damn! This cover is an excellent example of the color contrast of the demonic imagery he is known for, and the price achieved for this raw copy shows the collectors feel the same way. While this is not the highest sale we've seen for this book, with the CGC grade is 6.0 selling for $1,847 in October of this year for an ungraded copy. This is a very strong sell and showing that these Golden Age books are not something to sleep on. We recommend taking a look through the CovrPrice database for checking out some of these other artwork, but maybe don't do it right before you go to bed. You might have nightmares.
Easy for you to say, and
that thing is
to be fair to Gomez, man, he did get
like 10 paragraphs. It was the page.
Yeah, he did get the hardest one on here. It was
one in the whole.
Yeah, it was like 3 paragraphs on that. But
holy moly!
But hey, so anybody who comes in this show as a guest and who reads these things that we do can attest that it's not as easy as you guys think it is, man.
Yeah.
It's to do this. So kudos to Gomez for doing it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you know what? For
Look at
a
cover, it's
Golden
crazy.
Age book, man, the colors on this are crazy. crazy.
The reds and the yellows.
Hey, reading that shit was a startling terror itself, bro.
JLS Comics says, Can Gomez say mythos though? Is it mythos or mythos? Shout out to
mythos.
Yeah, that's
Mentos.
That's an autoism right there. So all right. Let's go up to the next list here. What do we got?
All right, next up we have got. You knew there was going to be some Star Wars. Come on, Star Wars number 30, the Mile High variant, published in 2017 by Marvel Comics. Now, with the confirmation of a Ahsoka Disney series, her various key issues all saw significant spikes in prices. All those got out of reach. As those got out of reach, fans went scrambling to find additional variants with her on the cover and found this cover.
Facts.
With new attention, this variant jumped from a $50 book to its current $121.50. In a recent email from Mile High, owner Chuck Rosansky talked about the great financial risk he spent years ago, commissioning 50-plus Star Wars issues at $9,000 apiece. Well, as Star Wars books sat dormant for years, this looked like a bad investment. However, thanks to The Mandalorian, Star Wars is hotter than ever, right? And with this backstock flying out the door, this is a perfect example on a bigger scale of why patience and going by your gut on a book can be fruitful eventually. Many look for the quick flip, but the strength lies in the long game.
There you go.
I will honestly say this is the first and probably the last time that a Mile High Comics variant will be on this show. I mean, we got two of them. I don't know how that happened, but people went digging deep in those eBay boxes for this. But obviously, it's a no-brainer, man. Anything Star Wars, super hot right now, deservedly so, which is odd, I guess. But like I've always said on our show, man, other things, the movies, Star Wars movies, they didn't really ever push the needle for comic books. But once Disney Plus had it, people went just bonkers, right? Nobody cared about the Clone Wars comics or the Rebels comics or any of those things until Disney Plus and the Mandalorian. And it's going to go even more when you get, a Boba Fett series. And we talked about some of the characters that we heard are going to show up on there. So just look at, some Boba Fett Star Wars 42. I'm just saying. And, just start looking at those. And we haven't even talked about the High Republic. The High Republic is so hot right now. It's ridiculous. It hasn't come out yet, and it's sold out already.
It's crazy.
Damn.
This is one of those books. Everybody is getting them on their pull list, so you're gonna have to go show up early to get one. I mean, or call your LCS now. Because it's just
or do what I did. Say I want every cover that you buy.
That's what I did too. That's what I did do, JB. So
just put every cover aside.
I said I called my comic. Shout out to my comic, my shop, Comic Tunes and Toys in Tustin, California. I said, hey, big to do. When High Republic comes out, I want every issue and I want every variant, regardless of how much it costs.
Dang, bowling.
I don't care. I also did that for the Union. Which I think is a good spec as well. Strange Academy, I did that also when it first came out. I said, every variant that comes out, I want it. I don't care. Give me all of them. So, that's what you got to do. Because because what happens is your book will end up on our cover price top 10 3 days later when people flip it on eBay, and then you're paying a higher price. So you try. That's why we always say, build a good relationship with the owner of your LCS. If the owner of your LCS doesn't know you by name, you're not working hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You should be in there, if not every Wednesday, a couple times a week, and you should strike up conversations and talk to them, and they should know your name. Basically, you should be Norm from Cheers when you walk into your LCS.
Yeah. Right.
That's him. Whenever time I walk in, they go, Tebow, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. All right, next up on the list is look at this, another one.
Yeah, so this is another one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, a GameStop exclusive, reprint from 2007 from Mirage Studios in 1984. Pre-2015, collectors didn't care that much about newsstands. Subsequent printings, previous books, and reprints.
You got it. Subsequent. It's all right. We're here for you, brother.
T-Bo here fucking me up. That's all good though. Let's keep going.
It's all right. You're going.
Those are the extract books that collectors are spending oodles for books and reprints. Oodles of money on them. As mentioned above on Leonardo #1, which we just saw earlier, that's the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and all the various printings are incredibly hot. That heat has spread to the 2007 GameStop reprint, given away with the purchase of a 2007 TMNT game on multiple platforms, selling for $275 raw last week. This is just a reminder to hold on to those freebies. So yeah,
another freebie book. Wow.
Yeah, this list is if you see the trend, people are realizing there's some gold in them there hills is what they say. But let's be honest, who the fuck was holding on to this book in 2007 from GameStop?
Did they really track print counts on this kind of stuff?
I don't know. I should ask my man from Comic-Con and see what he says.
I mean, did they? That's nuts. I just can't believe that all this free stuff now is more valuable than comic books. It's nuts.
Well, not just that, the prints.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's speculators and I hate saying that word, but content people. What do they call them? I'm a content provider. Whatever the fuck. Those people who do it. It's just, and to find whatever means, either through YouTube or blog or Instagram, to say, hey, look at this, and just start, and it's a good thing, but it's amazing. It's just the ripple effect of the last Ronin book and these Turtles books. I mean, the original, obviously the black and white ones, the magazine format ones have always been, because they were low print runs and, they were hard to get, but now you're seeing a little bit of everything, man. I mean, and this is even, just imagine if there was a good TMNT movie that came out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess it's the movies and shows have as a niche market for what it is but I'm still waiting for like the original vision of the TMNT. I want the grimy, sewer rat, sewer version. I don't want the cowabunga pizza ones. They can have that for the kids, but give us what the original Eastman and Laird, planned on. Give us they're ninjas. Damn it, they should be doing ninja shit. Ninja, please, man. All right, all right. Since I'm gonna do the last one, since we have a bonus for this one, and it's only apropos because it's Christmas. So we got a little bonus for you guys. And yes, look at that. Xmas Comics.
Christmas Comics.
Xmas Comics #1 from Fawcett in 1941. This is before DC bought Fawcett, obviously, and got all the Captain Marvel and then later on Shazam. But it's a Santa cover. It's Christmas. We needed something holiday based. So this Santa cover sold, get this, for $1,000 for raw copies. $1,000 for a raw copy. And I was debating, I was like, is this the first appearance of Santa Claus in comics?
Wow. Interesting.
I think it is. Well, at least the major comics. I mean, Santa obviously has been in comic strips and stories and books and everything, but is this the first time we've had Santa Claus in a comic? But somebody on December 20th is like, you know what? I'm in the fucking Christmas mood. Let me drop $1,000 on this raw comic.
$1,000 on this.
And we don't even know what the grade is, to be honest with you, because when we talk about raw comics on this, we don't typically tell you what the grade is, because grading is subjective, right? Especially if you buy it raw off of eBay. Somebody can say it's a VF, but we don't know. Yeah. But when we do slabs, we can do slabs. So there you go. Merry Christmas, guys.
That's crazy.
End it on a good note. And I'll go full screen now. This isn't our last show of the year, but this is our last show before Christmas. And 2020 has been a how did Dean Martin say it? It's been a kick in the balls.
Yeah. A kick in the nuts.
Yeah. Ain't that a kick in the head? But yeah, so man, the year is almost over, but it's good to end with a Santa Claus book, and bring some cheer to you guys. I wasn't gonna. The cover price guy sent me this. I go, I guess I'm going live, but I wanted to go early because obviously everybody's gonna spend time with their family. I'm waiting to get my pupusas in about 2 hours right now, so I'm gonna throw down. We're gonna watch some movies and just chillax, not going anywhere. So I can't see my family. I can't see my mom, because everybody's kind of quarantined off. So it sucks that way, but we're gonna talk to them. But it's interesting, man. So as you see scrolling through the bottom again, I want you to guys, please hit up feedingamerica.org. And there's the hunger situation is so bad right now. There's a new term for it. It's called food. What is it? Help me out here.
Food for thought?
No, food insecurity is what they've deemed it.
Insecurity.
Meaning you don't know when how or to get your next meal or when your next meal is.
Imagine the stress that it's putting on the body and the mind to not knowing the next meal is.
And what really affected is kids also who, especially kids in poor neighborhoods, the only way they got to eat breakfast and lunch is through school, right? I mean, say whatever you are. I don't want to hear your political thoughts on it, but the city, the county, the state helps them to nourish these kids so they can go to school. But now they've been homeschooling and they're not getting those meals. People have been out of work for some as long as 10 months, and they're having problems putting food on the table. So, some of us are in a better position, and, but doesn't mean we should look down on these people, man. They're great. They're just normal people trying to get by, man. So help them out. Check it out at the bottom, feedingamerica.org, and you can find a local food bank in your area where you can donate money, or if you have, because everybody has that stuff in their pantry that's non-perishable, that's been sitting there, that you're doing nothing. That can of beans that you don't care about could feed a family, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So, you got, pack of pasta that's sitting there, donate as much as you can. I wish we could have done something for Toys for Tots for the kids this year, but we can't. But going even after Christmas and January, people are still going to have food insecurity. So donate if you can, or donate food drop-offs. They have every local city has it. I know LA has it. They had the Spark for Love on ABC7. I know the Bay Area everybody has it. Your local area has it. Just, give as much as you can. So wherever you can fit in, man, whatever you can fit in, man. So I really appreciate you guys. Yeah. Last show before Christmas. Any last words, Gomez?
No, just like I said, that was a good topic you spent on. He's right. We're out there. There's a lot of people out there hungry, and like I said, Merry Christmas to everybody. Stay safe, stay humble. I'm just like him. I have tamales. I'm just chilling at home watching movies with my daughter, my wife. Yeah, my wife, and then just thank you for having me here. I couldn't say no, like I said before. And I like to do it again once in a while, whenever you got time, whenever you got an extra space. I got you, brother. No worries.
What? Tell them where they can find you, fool.
Well, you can find me on East Meets West. My bad.
There you go.
East Meets West. Me and Joker 21 do a show on his channel on Sundays around 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Just to check it out. We talk about comics, do a bunch of shit. Whatever you see me do today, I do this and more. So I just go with the flow and just go be myself and have fun with it and treat everybody like family. So yeah, that's it.
There you go. You guys make sure you check out East Meets West. Although I've never been invited on a show, I invited you on my show, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, New Year's resolution.
Yo, I need one of those shirts though, son. Come on now.
Don't worry.
All right.
Santa Claus gonna be late, but he gonna get there. You know what I mean?
All right, my man JB from Discovery Bay Comics. Any last words?
Thanks for having me, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Remember, I know we don't get political, but man, Jesus is the reason for the season, right? All right. So my kids and say prayers to everybody to stay safe to these holiday seasons, and And TiVo, I can't tell you, thank you so much for having me on. My first guest appearance on the show, and hopefully I get an invite. I dropped my link in the chat for anybody that wants to check me out. And also, if you haven't already, give TiVo that thumbs up for this one, man. If you're not already subscribed to Lords of the Long Box, they're crushing it with the great spec news that's coming out. And check them out and hit that bell.
Hit that bell. Thank you guys all for coming on. I appreciate both you brothers for filling in the last minute. The regular Lords, they all had family things that they had to take care of. And basically, they just said, fuck you, TiVo. We're not going on your show on Christmas Eve. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Dark Side Jedi, Nemesis Prime, Otto from the Grottos, Manimal. Shout out to everybody in the Lord's crew. Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody in the live chat. Sorry, couldn't talk to you guys all, but there's 87 of you watching, which I didn't even expect to get that many on a Christmas Eve.
We had over 100.
Yeah, there you go. So I really appreciate everybody for joining us, man. So stay safe, stay distant, wear a fucking mask so we can get through this already and just get back to some normalcy so I can see a movie in a movie theater. And hey, make sure. By the way, I almost forgot this. I will be dropping a pre-recorded scoop tomorrow. This is one of these Mikey Sutton Geekosity scoop jams that myself, and about 4 or 5 other YouTube channels will be doing. Actually, our friend Reggie Collects will be doing one of the scoops that will tie into my scoop. So make sure you guys check out Reggie Collects as well. My scoop will probably drop tomorrow morning. It's not live. It's pre-recorded. So take your time whenever you want to watch it. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, just get eBay ready, because it's gonna get horrific. I'll just say that. I'll just say it's gonna get a little supernatural. The show, that is. I don't know how many more hints I can drop. But anyway,
he's teasing.
Yeah, no, right? So shout out to everybody. I really appreciate you guys for being with the Lords for this year and the 5 years prior to that back in 2015. But, we got to do what we got to do. So we're going to play this one more last time before we head out, because this is no longer Christmas. So keep digging in them long boxes, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Don't forget.
You know what? I couldn't leave you without one more.
Oh.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is faithful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it! We're here. We're back. Word up. Here's to what y'all. You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?
I'll be too busy looking good.
You can't understand.